I'm here on Long Lake today in Burnett County, and we're doing a shoreland restoration or revegetation area along the Farslands property. And you can see some of the plantings in the background. And I'm here with Jane, and she's planting some plants. Jane, can you tell me what you're planting?
I'm planting a native columbine plant, and I've got some little plugs here. I'm just putting them in about 8 inches apart so they can form a nice little grouping. And if you ask me, this is a great plant to have in your yard because it sure beats filling the hummingbird feeder every other day. The hummingbirds absolutely love this stuff.
Great. Thanks, Jane.
This is swamp milkweed. It gets about yay high. It's got this beautiful purple flower. Butterflies love it. It likes the wet areas, which is why I'm down here below the ordinary high. It happens to be one of the plants that's on Burnett County's top 10 list.
Ruth, what's the ordinary high?
That is a mark where the water comes up, and some years the water level can be below, but it's sort of an administrative mark established by how high the water can potentially get.
So you're planting in an area that perhaps used to have water on it.
Sure, and it could very well have water again. So I think Cheryl chose plants like the swamp milkweed and the sedges that are very wet tolerant.
I've heard Burnett County has a top 10 native plants program, and I see you have a plant in your hand. Is that one of the top 10s?
Well, yes, it is one of the top 10s. This is Pennsylvania sedge. It's a native sedge. This is as tall as it grows, and it does great in shady areas and the sandier type soil and below pine trees and things like that.
So Brianna, what are you planting here today?
I am doing some of the prairie species here in the sunny part of the shoreline. So we've got wild bergamot and black-eyed Susan and pearly everlasting. So we're hoping this will kind of fill in this area and give it a little color instead of the moss that's been growing here.
And why are you planting prairie species in this area here along Long Lake?
In this particular area, the soil is really sandy, which means it drains really fast. And so it doesn't stay very wet. And so these are species that do well in dry soil types with a lot of sun.